God, killing me.
Okay, hello everyone. Let's just say hello and welcome to YG Collaborations. My God, it's like brain. But listen, no, you were hilarious with the way you're looking at me like,
You forget you have to do the intro to this one. I do Just Engage, you do YG Collaborations. Welcome everyone to another episode. It is Wacky Wednesday for us. It is October, and for us in the wedding world, it's crazy season. We're super excited to be here. We had an amazing event last night that we're going to recap and talk about. And today it's all about community and collaborations.
and what that means. And it is Wacky Wednesday. And yes, we're wacky and there's a lot going on, but that's us and it doesn't matter because here we are because this is going to be really, really good. I think the reason it's going to be extra good is because this is a passion point and so important when it comes to everything that we believe in and everything that we're doing and what just together separate, but it's really, really powerful, really powerful.
It's part of our core values, and we're super excited to talk about community. I got to talk about it last night with one of our networking groups, and it's crazy because when I went to go look up the word community, I know what it means to me. Everyone has a different definition, which I thought was awesome. But one of the things, there was 5 different definitions, and the one that I love the most, I'm going to read it because it's my favorite, but it's a feeling of fellowship with others as a result of common attitudes, interests, and goals. And so I just thought, to me, community is networking, it's philanthropy, it's giving time back, it's serving, it's kind of building those relationships with people that can be friends, they can be family, they can be both, they can be new people. And I am super blessed to have an amazing group of women that are super supportive, not just with my business, also just with personal life. And I'm able to really just be around women like myself, women who take me for the wins, take me for the losses. And we got to talk about that last night and just how community, relationships, networking, collaborations, all of those words work together. And if we do it correctly and we do it genuinely, it really is not just great for us personally, but it's also great for our businesses. And it's also something that I think people don't utilize their community. And we talked about that last night. People are embarrassed or feel like they're going to be judged if they ask for help, if they maybe started a side business and they want people to maybe learn more about it. And especially with women, we talked about how things have changed, and that's why we're in a networking group like that. That's why we're in a community like that, to be able to help each other. Because if I'm not going to use your services, somebody else may. If I'm not going to use your product, somebody else may. And I think we hit a lot of key points around just asking, talking, educating, serving, giving back time. So I want to talk about that today and then kind of link that to collaborations, because that's what we do here on YG Collaborations. We teach business owners how to find the perfect collaborators, but it does start with community. So
I totally agree. I was just going to say, I was like, let's bring the whole picture of YG Collaborations and what we do and why we do it. But we obviously, if someone's listening and they want to chime into what we have to say about all this, it's because and I'm not saying this like in a like egotistical way, because I think it's true. I think people see something and they go, how are you doing that? I just want to hear more about the two of you, what you're doing, and how it all kind of comes together. And I think this is such a key point. And I know, I mean, honestly, I'll just say that yes, it's in my heart. God, for years serving the community, but it's kind of come full circle, because I'll be honest, there was a time when I was the Lone Ranger doing my own thing, not really focusing in on people around me, but myself, and just thinking, okay, I'm on a mission. And yeah, it's great to be on a mission because it's me, myself, and I. If I don't sit here and do my work, I don't have like this team of people like swarm in and go, we will talk to your clients and we will put everything together. No, that's not how it works. However, being self focused all the time, that's great, but true growth, I really believe, comes from our core value of collaborating with other people and expanding your network, expanding who you are, expanding your own self, your mindset, your growth. I mean, everything about you completely goes to a whole different level when you're around other people. And the best thing to do is to find that community. So I think that your definition is awesome. The attitudes, the interests, and the goals. Because if someone, and I am the queen of this, I feel like I'm a strong personality. I think the way that I think, I do things the way that I do. And that is either going to be a total draw to someone where they go, wow, I love that. Or like, whoa, like that's a lot. It doesn't, but here's the thing, it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be something that you are like, you're like the aura, the vibe, whatever it is, it's like you're connecting. Then interest wise, I mean, if someone's really interested in flying to Pluto and the other person's like, hey, I'm like, I never want to leave the ground, that's kind of going to be a hard thing. And then goals. I think goals are really important because if someone's goal is, hey, I've got to do this in 1 week, and someone's like, no, I want to accomplish this in a year, that's going to bring frustration too. So even when we're talking about community, and even when we continue always to talk about collaboration, it's like two circles that are intertwining with each other. You're collaborating with your community based on the attitudes, interests, and those goals.
Yeah. And the education piece, a lot of people, I mean, you can look at my LinkedIn, you can look at my IG profile, you can see what it is that I do, but who am I as a person? What are my goals? What are our core values? What do we do? And then obviously the more you get to know a person, we talked about this last night, a warm lead is a lot better than just paying for ads, paying for marketing. People don't know you. So when I get referred from a friend, a family member, a client, we always underutilize our community, our clients, our teams. When we get referrals from them, it's a lot easier. They've already kind of established who we are and they're referring us, and same thing vice versa. If I know somebody that can help or provide a service or a product to one of my friends or family, I'm going to use somebody in my community, which is community network, however you want to call it. But I think it's, again, we underutilize it both ways. A lot of people give, and they don't ask in return. And then a lot of people go and take advantage of their community and they ask for so much, but they never give back. So we talked last night about that two-way street. There has to be the giving and the receiving in that relationship.
I agree. I would say in the business world, I think that kind of tends to err on the side of take, and not necessarily give. I think it's a lot more about, well, I'll join this group. I'll be a part of what's in it for me. And yeah, that's important. You don't want, again, if it doesn't align with your attitude or your interest or your goals, then don't be a part of it. I mean, if you're not interested in saving, little puppies, but you're really interested in helping mothers grow in a certain area, then my God, go help the mothers. Someone else has a passion for the puppies. But all that being said, I think that the business world really gets focused in on what is in it for them in the long run, and not necessarily looking at it as a true community. But I think that again, just my outlook, community to me is really the essence of, you have to care at the core of who you are. That sharing, that caring, that believing in what you're doing, that's what's going to radiate. And so sooner or later, again, the corporate side, people can sense like, okay, you're really just here filling in your 2 hours worth of voluntary time. Not necessarily you're really here because you care. And I think caring is where the magic happens as far as relationships, growth. It does something to you on the inside as a person when you're really caring for someone unselfishly, and it does something for the other person because they feel that. And then that's like the little magic sauce, and that's what happens. It just does something in the world, and ironically it comes back to you almost 10 times greater than what you just gave out.
Yeah. And I think also in the business world, it's changed so much now in the last 2 years, really. A lot of people are working from home, and they were doing a lot of, online virtual networking. And now it's kind of, we're back in person in Texas. And it's hard for people to talk about what they need, but that's kind of the point. We join these groups if it's for fun, if it's for business, if it's for a mix of both. People ask me all the time, like, can you come to this event? Can you join this group? I can only do 3 a year. And every year I reassess. I do go back and I go, did I enjoy it? Because if I'm not enjoying it, there's no point. B, did I serve a purpose there? Did I help people with, did it feel like a genuine connection? And then obviously 3, did it benefit me? Because if I'm going to spend that time out there, I'm lucky enough to be able to do it for both. All of my groups are for business and for personal, but it does have to make sense for me on the business side, because that's the time that I've allotted to go network and to go be part of community. And what I love about with my daughter with NCL, they have 13 different charities that they help. So the girls pick what they want to do, because again, I told my daughter, it's not about we have to get this 10 hours of community service a year. We want to get the 10 hours of community service, and we get to pick in a calendar of 13 different charities to go pick. And one weekend it could be going to help for puppies. Another weekend could be shelters feeding the homeless. So she gets to, as a 12-year-old, go in there and pick and choose what she wants. And I think that's where we in business don't really look at it that way. There's so many groups, there's so many communities starting, new communities, there's old communities, there's so many places that you can fit in, but it's also spending the time finding the right fit. So I think that a lot of people don't do that. They just go, okay, well, let me see what I have, let me just show up to show up, and then they get frustrated when it's not serving them. And well, obviously you're not serving the group either. So you got to look at that relationship and see, does it make sense? Because with community, collaborations will come. That's just part, it is part of it. If you're part of a community and it's a genuine connection and you're building those relationships, the collaborations will come. And collaboration, the definition, the action of working with someone to produce or create something. So no one's going to produce or create anything with you if they don't get along with you, if they don't have the same goals, if they don't have the same attitude, they don't if they're not aligned with who you are and what you do, there won't be a collaboration. So without community, you really can't have them.
Yeah. And it's okay. That's why it's like some people, when you say service, community, working together, they go, oh, because it makes them feel like, oh my gosh, you're going to take all my time. You went on my finances. It's like, no, that's only if you feel this frustration of it, instead of, again, like you said, pick the interest, things that you like, things that you feel like, wow, I can really give in this certain, situation, or really be available. And I just want to say too, yes, it is time. It is of who you are. But I think it is also financially. I mean, there are some groups out there that don't even meet, and their whole thing is just, hey, we are a financial networking group and we serve other people just based on these finances. Because let's just be honest, some people, they are blessed financially.
Yep.
They're very blessed financially, and they want to, that is how the world has made it so that they can give. Other people may not be financially as blessed. And so it's their time that they really value, which is just as equal as finances. And so they can give in that way. So it's not like it's one or the other or all of the above. And it shouldn't be something where you feel like someone's taking something from you.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about that last night. And, every business owner should give back at some point. It needs to be their time or money, and it doesn't have to be a lot. But it's important because, again, those things do come back to you, and it's needed. There's so many different charities and nonprofits out there that need that. And again, it's great if you have money and you just want to give, great, you get it. Your business name goes out there, your personal name goes out there, you did what you needed to do. But if you don't have it, an hour a month, I mean, that's really, when you break it down, it's not a lot. So you just have to be able to find what works and may have that genuine connection, and make sure that again, it's a two-way street, everybody. Don't feel like you always have to give and not get anything in return, and vice versa. It's just like any relationship, not just with community. That's with your children, with your spouse, with your workers. It's a two-way street. And the closer you get to that, and the faster you get to understanding who your community is, it's going to be a lot easier for you to succeed as a person with personal growth, or just in your business if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. And I want to encourage everybody with two things. One is that you can look at your own business, and just, because I'm shocked at how many people don't do this, but even if it's just giving of your time with like a lead that comes in, or helping someone you hear, even when you're on the phone talking to them, but you can look at your own, whatever your company is, look at your services and do something that's absolutely 100% free.
Yeah.
Time, effort, energy, whatever that you're giving, that you're not getting something back with. And then, as I cannot even believe it's October, but as we go through the holidays, there are plenty of ways that you can, I mean, that's like, this is the best time of this year to be able to really just be thinking about others, because there's a lot of people that are out there that would love to have someone help them in any kind of way.
Yeah. And that this is the time too. I just shared 2 posts this morning. Christmas shopping is starting. Support local. Why? I know everyone loves Amazon. I'm an Amazon person too. But if you're already going to be spending money and you have a budget, then just spend it with local businesses. So we will put our little guide together again. I know that everybody loved that last year and how to shop local. But those are things that we do that we don't have to do. It's just a book that we put together and we categorize it by. I guess, how did we do it last year? Yeah, we did it by men's, children's, women's, accessories, and then you can just go shop online. Last year, everything was done online, but this year, guess what? Pop-up shops, pop-up markets are happening. Go in person. So we will put that on our YG collaborations. I'm going to put that here on our website, so that'll be easy for you guys to get to. And we'll be back again this month, speaking more on collaborations. And if you don't see us here, you can see us on our other platform, Just Engage University, where we're always teaching couples how to build strong relationships before getting married. Is there anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, I just hope everybody has a wonderful, amazing day. Yes, the intro was goofy as heck, but listen, you heard us. We're into it. We're on it.
Yeah, Wacky Wednesday.
Wacky Wednesday, but
I love it. Well, we'll be on in the next couple of weeks. If there's something you want to hear from us, anything around collaborations, let us know. We would love to talk to you about it. And we will see y'all soon.
Bye. Bye.